Okay, this is the start of Chapter 3, Section 2. At the conclusion of this lesson and reading the section on seventh chords in your textbook, page 48, 49, you should be able to do page 21 in your textbook. So that'll be the next thing to do. In our previous lesson, we studied triads. Triads is when you have three pitches, the root, the third, and the fifth. A triad, tri is three, and we call these seventh chords because we manipulate the seventh, because in the scale you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be a major seventh chord because all of that fits inside of the scale. With that in mind, it's a very simple thing. You have to remember that you have to keep in mind that this bottom triad here is a major triad, and this seventh here is in the key. It's in the major scale. So we'll call this a major triad because major seventh chord, because this is a major triad and this is a major seven. Or you can think of it as this is a major third right here. So it's a major, here you go, major triad. So if you want to do a major minor triad, you would move this pitch down a half step, and then you would have a major minor seventh chord, you'd have a major triad here and then a minor third here. So you would have a major small m minor seventh chord, and that's how you would display that. So using that knowledge that we have, let's look at the same idea with a different triad underneath. We're going to make this major triad, minor triad, and then put a major third here. So we would have a minor triad with a major third. So we'll call a small m minor major seventh chord. And there are only 5 variations of these kinds of seventh chords. If you were to move it here, you would have a minor seventh chord. And then this is where it may get a little bit tricky for you. If you move that seventh chord down, well, if you were to make this a diminished triad and have this here, it'd be a diminished, still minor triad because you just only move the seventh down one. So the little trick doesn't work on diminished chords, but it does work on the other ones. The same thing works for, let me finish erasing, augmented triads, major, or you have augmented here and then major. So it doesn't always work off the fifth, but that's just one way to kind of learn it quickly. The 5 major types of chords you have is major seventh chord, major minor seventh chord, minor seventh chord, which is kind of the same as what you would think of as minor seventh chord. You have diminished minor seventh chord. We also kind of call that half diminished. And you can have diminished seventh chords. Let me erase. Or you could have diminished seventh chords, which would be fully diminished. When you're writing these on the staff, just like you have to do with a minor, if you have C, E, G, the third has to be an E something, whether it's an E sharp or an E flat or E double flat or E double sharp, it has to be a E something. The same thing with the seventh chords. If you're in C, it has to be a B something. So this would be a B, and this would be a B flat, and this would be a B minor. And another way to keep it in mind, if it's C as it is in a major, the seventh as it is in a major scale, it would be 7. It would be major here, it would be minor here, and it would be diminished there. So let's take a quick look at this on the staff. Let's move to a new key. Let's say we're going to work in the key of F major. So you have F, A, C, E. In the key, that's a major seventh chord, major seventh chord. If you were to lower here, it would be a major minor seventh chord, and if you were to do a double flat, it would be a diminished chord, even though you won't see a major diminished chord. That would be the idea. Let's go to the bass clef and go to the key of A. If you want to make that an A major triad, you have this here. In the key, that would be a major seventh chord, because it's G sharp. And then if you erase this, to be a major minor seventh chord. If you were to erase here, to be a minor seventh chord. If you were to add a flat here, to be a diminished minor or half diminished. And if you were to double flat or lower the G twice, so it would go to G flat, you'd have a fully diminished seventh chord. That should be enough information to do the next sections in your book. If you have any questions, ask so we can get together and make sure you get an understanding of this. I would do the examples on page 49 as a self-test. The answers are at the end of the book as well. Good luck. This is due next.